All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our last workshop for today, Introduction to React Native. My name is Steve, and I'm part of the organizing team of yuHacks 2022. And tonight, I'm with Vivaan from CSHub, who's our partner in this hackathon this year. And I'll let Vivaan introduce himself.
Hi guys, I'm Vivaan. Um, I am a VP Social at CSHub, and I'm gonna host a React Native workshop today.
All right. Without any further ado, I'll let you start. The floor is yours.
Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna share my slides first. Okay, so this is like the almost beginner's tutorial to React Native. The only thing you need to know is JavaScript, some CSS, and some HTML. That's it. That's all you need, like some web dev background. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna come back to this. These words are gonna seem like kind of like mumble jumble right now, like they won't make sense. So I'm gonna come back. Okay, so first of all, what is React Native? Okay, so how like apps are usually made, like they used to be made like 5 years ago, was like you would make app for iOS or Android. Like they would be like single app and it would only run on one single platform, right? So for Android you would use Android Studio and you would write the app in Java or Kotlin, and for iOS you would write it in Swift or C, and that's all that. But like you need to make like two different apps. React Native is kind of different. It is made by Facebook, and what it does is it's cross platform. Okay, so you can make just a single app and you can run it on the both of the platforms. So it's like more efficient and it's like really better for hackathons, like and like startups, because it saves a lot of time and cost for startups. Okay, so the most basic thing for React Native that you need to know is you have like components that are like similar to HTML elements. Okay, so you know how we have like okay, so imagine in HTML you want to like write a paragraph. You just use like a p element, right? Just like use a p tag and like write info between the p, and that's it. That's how you do it in HTML. React Native is kind of similar. We do the same thing, but like it's kind of called a different thing. It's called JSX. It's JavaScript, but it's modified so it looks similar to HTML. And some of the common elements are view, text, scroll view, text input. I'm gonna show you one basic example right now to like just so you can like see like. Okay, so basic example. Okay, the only thing that's going on in this app is this. I am just I'm just like printing out a text. Okay, so what happens is first you import. Okay, so it's kind of like different from HTML in the way that you have to import first. It's not like HTML. You can just like start writing it down, and the browser will interpret it. Now, in React Native, you have to like import it. So I'm importing React. React is like the base of React Native, and I'm importing text. Okay, and I'm telling React Native to make a app function called app, which has a component called text. Okay, and um, so this is my text, and I can like write anything. Hi, my name is Vivaan, and and one of the good things about React Native is it's fast refresh. Okay, so it's like live. You like make changes and it will like refresh, and you can see your changes live. It's different from native, in which you have to like compile again, so it saves a lot of time. This was my basic example. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to second example. Okay, so this one is a bit complicated. Okay, let's see what I've done. Okay, so I'm importing React and useState from React. I'm gonna come back to useState. It's like a thing that React has, and I'm importing three elements: button, text, and view from React Native. So view is our like thing component that is used to wrap elements. So think about this. So you have like two elements, right? Text and button. You have like it in something, or it won't work. Let's see. You can do this and just wrap it. That's the only use of view. And you can use some styling with view. Okay. Um, and I am I'm making custom components. Okay, custom component. Okay, so in React Native, what you can do is make a component. So this is a component. Okay, you can like write something, and then you can like save it somewhere, and then like and you can like reuse this. So imagine if I want like two of these, or like four of these. Fuck it, why not? Here you have four of them. And also the good thing about components is you can like change what you want. Okay, so my name is Vivaan. So I'm Vivaan. My co-host Stevie. Everyone's hungry, and yeah. So this is like a custom component. What you do is you just like write it, and you can use it like just use the name. Okay, so I can change the name hungry com. And you got component named hungry comp. Okay, let's now see what's going on in use state of hungry comp. Okay, like what's its inner working, like what's happening. Okay, so first of all, um, we have a view that is wrapping two elements, text and button. Text is I am props.name and I'm his hungry full. Okay, so you can take um like in JavaScript, you know how functions can take like parameters. It's same in React Native. It's like really similar to JavaScript. So I'm taking a name, so name, and I can give like more um more parameters inside. Okay, so I'm giving props a name. I gave in mun munkustrap, and I'm printing it, and I'm printing. This is like basic JavaScript code. Okay, so it says if is hung is hungry is true, then print hungry or else false. And it uses a thing called useState. Okay, so I know this is like a lot in one basic example. Okay, I'm gonna explain useState and then like do like a review to like wrap it up. Okay, because like this is like a lot of concepts in one. Okay, so what you do in JavaScript, what you could have done is just like you could have like defined the element hungry false, and you could have used this, right? The thing is, you should not do this. This will not work in React Native. See, it doesn't work. Okay, this works. Okay, so what happens is React Native is use state is like a database for a component. Okay, um, and you store all of the data that can be changed in use state. Use state is um, whatever whatever like data is changing, it's storing that. Okay. So what I do is when I press the button is a component I just imported from React Native, is when I press it, set is hungry to false, and it's taking some parameters. Button is like it has like some parameters it can take. You can like check whenever you want to like check what parameters a component takes. Let's see. We use documentation for that, like for everything else. And we have reference on press. You can see whatever parameters you want to give, and it will have like some required props. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna explain this some more because like this is pretty complicated. Okay, so first concept that I'm explaining here is custom components. Custom components, okay. So this is one custom component, just this, okay. So I have defined a component named hungry which takes some parameters, and it's its own thing. It's like isolated, okay. And it has a view and it's doing its own thing. That's all a custom component is. You could do anything in custom component. Like I could just remove this and it's gone. So it's like own isolated thing. Okay. So second state. Second thing is state. State is like a database for a component. You can like in React Native you have to store whatever variables are changing in use state instead of just defining them as variables like JavaScript. Just remember, like you don't have to like really know why it does that, but like just remember if you're changing something, store it in use state, and it can store like anything. Okay, so my third thing is props. Props are the things you pass to components. So my component takes props, name, and we have like some components that we can import from React Native. So we take button. Button has some props that it takes, like on press, disable, title. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Second, I'm gonna tell you how to handle text input. you know, it's similar to HTML, obviously. This is like React Native is like built on React, so it's like really similar to like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you know like how to use HTML and CSS, it's like kind of easy to get started. There's just like some few concepts that you need to like wrap your head around, like use state. Okay, handling text input. Okay, this one is pretty easy. You just need to know some JavaScript to like understand this example. Okay, so we import React use state like we did before. We import text input, and view from React Native, and um, we define text as a use state variable. Okay, so for use state, how you define is um, it has like two elements. When one is its name, and the second thing is how to like update it. Okay, so you use text and it's updated. Text is how you get its value, and set text is its function, change its value, and you define whatever you want value you want it to initialize against. Use state is a bit complicated, but like it's used really often, so you need to like know how to use it. It's not really hard. Just like try like 2 3 examples and you will get it. Okay, so I am wrapping two elements inside view. Okay, so first is a text input. I imported it from React Native, and I'm giving it some style, like you know how you give some style to like elements in HTML. This is like similar. I'm giving it some CSS style. I'm giving it a name, placeholder. So when it's empty, it can show a placeholder. On change text, I'm saying when the text is changed. Okay, so you might not know it has an on change text. So what do you do? It's like you need to remember some props for like basic elements. You will start remembering it with like practice. But like till then, you can just like check the reference code. And it also has like a default value. Default value is the text. So when I type something, it will stay there. Okay, so what it does is we also have a text. Okay, um, on change text, when I'm typing something here, I'm telling it update text. Okay, and what text is a use state. It's like a variable, and I'm using JavaScript to turn this code, this whatever write into an array and turn this into pizza. You don't really need to like understand what I'm doing here. It's just JavaScript, and if you don't know how to like use map and stuff, you don't really need to. You can do anything else. Like I can just um okay. I type something here and you get it here. So yeah, you don't really need to do the pizza thing. That's not really important. Just know how to use text input, and I'm Vivaan, and yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Ivan, but someone in the comment was asking if you could enlarge the screen a little bit.
I could do what?
If you could enlarge the screen,
Okay, I can try, I guess. Is this better?
I think that's much better. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions? I've like covered like a lot of concepts, and um, I'm gonna be honest. Use state is kind of like a bit tricky, and custom components can be a bit tricky too. Props is kind of similar to functions, so it's not that tricky. But yeah, you can ask anything you have. Any questions? Are we good? Okay, I'm gonna continue. Okay, if you guys don't have any questions. Okay, so wait. I'm just gonna cover use state a bit more before I move on. Okay, so um, whenever you need to like learn something, you should always refer to the documentation. Okay, let's see what the documentation state says about use state. Wait, this is- right. Use state. So when you need to like learn use state, if you still don't get it, you can just like go to documentation and like read this up. Um, it's pretty easy. Just like try to like do 2 3 examples regarding it, and you like get it. Okay, let's go to the next concepts. If you guys don't have any questions. Okay, flat list. Okay, flat list is one more component React Native has. React Native has like a lot of basic components, right? Like this. Not a lot, honestly. But yeah, some of them are important. Touchable opacity is important, and flat list is important. I'm gonna show you how to use flat list, huh? Okay, I'm importing React and React Native, right? Um, I'm gonna come back to this. This is basically CSS. Okay, so I define flat list basics as uh, as what I'm gonna represent on the screen. Um, I say have a view and have a style. You can, you know how you can like um, in web development you can like import CSS from outside. Like you write it in like some other file and you import it. It's same in React Native. You just like um, import it. You can like write it somewhere else. I have like pretty base. Okay, so here I'm using styles.container. So styles.container is this. Um, So one of my things, style things is padding top. Padding top. It's basically saying, sorry, that I have like 22 padding above my element, so I can like increase it a lot if you want or not if you don't. So yeah. Flex is basically how much screen you're taking, like how much space you're taking. One is like maximum. It has a minimum value of 0 and maximum of 1. It's this might be like too much right now, but like just go through the documentation and you will get it. And like try to like make like a example app, like using a walkthrough from YouTube, like get some practice. Okay, so flat list. Okay, so flat list takes like 2 parameters. One is data, what it's gonna like print, and second is render item. So my data is an array, not an array. It's like an object. Oh wait, yeah, it's an array. It has some keys, and they're pretty much some names. This is like pretty basic JavaScript. That's it. I'm just giving in an array. Okay, so this is actually more complicated than data. Okay, so render item is a parameter, and you're telling it how to like render it. Okay, I'm saying take item. Item is like um, one of the elements from the array. So I could actually like change this if you want. You can name it anything. It's a arrow function, and I'm telling it to print it using text. Text has a style, and it prints the item dot key. Okay, so style it is using item as a style. Okay, so here's my item styling. Okay, so I can change this 100. And yeah, and the thing is about render item is like you could do anything. Okay, what I could do is I could print the same element twice if I want. um this is if you Okay, so what do you do when you get this? You just use a view element, remember? Okay, so now I have two elements of these. You could do anything. I could change the value on the second text.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Vivan, but we have a question
Yeah.
in the chat from Fayaz. So he's asking if style sheet is just like vanilla CSS.
Huh? What? Can you
Yeah,
repeat?
he was asking if style sheet is just like vanilla CSS.
It's pretty similar to CSS, but like it has like some basic, some really like small differences. You don't really like, need to like learn what the differences are. You could just like implement it like CSS, and we'll like face some error. You could like search it up, but like it's pretty similar, like really really similar.
And do frameworks such as Bootstraps or Tailwind are compatible with React Native?
They are not.
They are not? Okay, I see. Thank you so much.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions right now? Just ask anything. Like this must be pretty complicated, right? No? I'm a good teacher, I guess. Okay, let's go on. Okay, how to navigate. This is really important, guys. Um, this will be on the test, okay? Just kidding. There's no test. Okay. This is a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna come back to this actually. Let's cover something more basic. Okay. Okay, so you know what the most beautiful thing about development is? You can just copy paste. That's like the best thing. You don't really have to make anything. That's like so good, right? Imagine if you want like a switch, and you're like, man, I want to switch in my like app. What do I do? Just search React Native switch. You already have a switch in React Native, but if you don't want that, you could just like use some other. You could like install it, and it has its own documentation. It's like, yeah, never make it. Just and like React Native has like so many libraries. Let me show you. Okay, no, not this website. It has like a, over 1,000 libraries. You, it has like almost everything you could ever need, like ever. Okay, let's see the most popular ones. Formic is like forms. If you want like make forms in React Native, one more. React IED next. If you want like translation in it, like if you want like make one app and like have it in Hindi, Bengali, and whatever language you want to speak. That's up to you. Redux is like Redux is like when your app like gets really huge and like you have like a lot of use state, and like you want to like transfer one use state from like one page to another, you can use it. But like don't worry about it right now. It's like for big apps like Facebook app and like stuff. React Native. This is one library we're gonna learn. It's really important. AWS Amplify is how to connect your app to AWS and host it on AWS. SVG is how to import icons. Yeah. So basically, yeah, don't ever make anything, just import it. Okay. Here I'm importing React Native Paper. It's a library and I'm importing it. And then I have a new state called is switch on, set is switch on. Okay, I'm gonna go over this again so it's more clear to you guys. I define a use state called is switch on. Its value default value is false, and it gives me one more function which is set is switch on. Okay, so for states, one thing you can't do is you can't just like be like it's switch on is equal to 5 hours. That's not how it works. You will like it won't work. You can't update values of is switch on of states using like normal JavaScript. Okay, so is switch on is basically saying this is basically like the value is now the opposite one. So if it was false, it's true. It was yeah, or just opposite. Okay. Okay, so switch is okay, so let's look at documentation of React Native paper. Okay, imagine you decide I need a UI library and I want to use React Native paper. React Native paper has a lot of components, a lot of components. Like see, I'm using Switch right now, so I can just search Switch, and this is what I used because I'm lazy. I just copy pasted it. Every do that, copy paste it. Don't like to put like too much like stress on it. And it has props you can use. It has theme. It has styling, color. You can disable it if you want. Let me show you. We have a lot of time, so yeah, why not? One of the props is disabled, right? No, it won't work. It's disabled. Yeah. One of my other, I don't know where I put this. Yeah, one of the other things I imported is progress bar. Progress bar is how much progress do I have. I could have like full progress. I could have zero progress. Yeah, and the color. I okay. So let's see what colors this thing have. Okay, so colors is from React. The color is just like a small like element you can think import. So yeah, you can import anything, never make anything, save your time, don't put too much stress. Yeah. Okay, any questions?
Yes, there has been some questions in the chat. The first one is from Ray. He was asking for a difference between React and React Native. So he's asking,
Okay. Um, React Native is for mobile applications and React is for web. Okay. So what Facebook did is they already had like a library called React. React is like really popular. Like half of the startups use them, half of the websites on um, worldwide net use it at this point. So you use React to make web applications and React Native for mobile. Yeah. Okay. Next question.
And the next question is actually for myself. I was wondering, like, how much JavaScript do you need to know to actually, like, you know, find it easy to learn React Native? Like, do you
Um.
need to like understand concepts such as premises
Oh no, not at all. No.
and async? No, you don't need to.
No. Let me show you something. Okay. I don't know if you know free code camp, but free code camp is like it's really nice. It's free and you can learn JavaScript and whatever you want. Um, just go to like free code camp and like learn some basic JavaScript. So like this is enough. This might seem a lot 113, like that's a lot of JavaScript, but it's pretty easy. It's like really basic. Like comment your JavaScript code, assigning the value of one variable to another. Like everyone knows that, right? Var is and you assign using an equal sign. Yeah. So it's like yeah, it should take you like 3-4 hours max. So yeah, you don't really need that much advanced JavaScript.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Ariane. I love Pre-Code Camp. Oh yeah, it's really good. They unfortunately don't have React Native though. They have other things. But yeah, if you like, if you ever want to learn something, just like go here. They have a lot of things. Oh, they have responsive web design. I wonder if they have React. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the course actually. Okay, okay. React navigation. This might seem a lot. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make it from scratch because so you guys like get it. Okay, imagine you want um React navigation. So you really you wanna implement React navigation. So whatever you wanna do in React Native, just like search it and go to the documentation. Never remember anything. Don't use your memory too much. Don't do that. And just install it. If you're like not on like the website page, like this is like I'm just like being lazy and like doing it online, but you could like install React Native and you could like have your own setup. I'm gonna just play it and like I can show you guys this later. Like I have this app, I installed React Native and it's running. I'm gonna run it, let it run. It's gonna take a while. Okay, so I'm using web version, but like if you're not, you can just like npm install in terminal. Okay, so it's saying if first create a native stack navigator. First, I'm gonna import things. It's importing. So let's import this. Um, just import them. Import. Now we have the packages we want. Function is just like a screen you're making. So I made a page called home screen. It only has a view. Yeah, if you want like nothing. Okay, this came with this. We don't need this. And it's saying construct I'm just copy pasting, like that's what you should do. Yeah, so what we're doing is I basically copy pasted this, and I'm gonna explain it a little bit. I imported React navigation things from React Native library. You don't really need to like learn what each individual thing is, just copy paste it. And then I made a simple screen called home screen. um, and it tells me make a stack. You don't need to know why you need a stack, just make it. You don't need this. And we have no styling, so you don't need this. Okay, so for React navigation, it's like whenever you want a screen, just like define it like this. So I have like a home screen. I can make more screens. Let me just, okay, so now I have second screen. It says second screen. Component is the name of the component you just made, so it won't work because the name here is second, here is second screen. So second, the name should not be same. So you have now two screens. But how do you navigate? Okay, so I don't know how to navigate, right? I just go to this, I read this, blah blah blah. You can read it this in like 3 minutes. Just read it. And it's like just use this. It's like import this, and on press for navigation you use this function. I'm telling home screen it's gonna take a prop called navigation. And I'm telling text like when it's clicked, go to second screen. So we're on second screen now. That's it. That's all you need to do. And you can like do a lot of things with React navigation. You can just read it. Like imagine you want like tab bars thing. You can have tab navigation, like let me show you. I'm not gonna make it again. So you can like they all look different because they have like different styling applied. But like you can have like tabs. It's pretty easy. There's like only one difference. Instead of stack, we are defining a tab. Well, you know what? I will just make it really quick. Now you have two tabs. Nice, right? It took like 2 minutes. How easy it is to make an app. Okay, any questions? So we can basically have no advanced coding experience and just import libraries for making most things, and we can learn how to make React Native apps. Yeah, coding is that easy, believe it or not. Let me show you something. Okay, so this is an app I made after like first year, and I knew like nothing. The only courses I taken was 10, 12, and 1022, and I didn't learn anything in 1022 honestly. It's a trash course. I hate Android, and I made this after that. It's not hard. What you really need to know, like to code honestly, um, is this pretty website. Whenever you face anything, is just like go to Stack Overflow and be like, I don't know this, I don't know this, whatever is happening, what's this error? Stack Overflow, React Native, blah blah error. So I give me my yeah. Wow, it has everything. See, it even has blah blah error. So yeah, don't need really need to know anything. Why would one use React Native over Flutter? Okay, so Flutter has some cons. Flutter uses a language no one knows. Um, like Flutter uses this language. It's based on Java, and it's like a really new language, and like no one like really uses it except Flutter. So I don't really get why you like learn a new language to make mobile apps when you can just like use JavaScript, and like JavaScript is like used in so many places. And the second thing, it's made by Google. Never make anything using Google products. You never know when they're gonna wrap it up and your app is gonna be like it's not supported anymore. Bro, how do you feel the comments? Yeah. Yeah. So don't use Flutter. Yeah, that's it. Any more questions? You have some resources you can use like documentation. Always learn from documentation. Like don't learn from it actually. It's really long. Just like learn the basics and like make the examples so you get how to like do it. Like like go after this class and learn how to use state, because I still don't believe you guys get it honestly. I don't believe you guys. And I have some examples you can check out. What else do I have? And libraries. Never make anything. That's my motto. Just copy paste.
I was actually hoping if you could drop some of those links in the chat for the people that are watching right now, or even for those that will watch the video later.
Sure. I will also send it so you can like share it on the yuHacks thing.
Right, sounds good. Also regarding the difference between React Native and Flutter, because I've watched a couple of videos like comparing the two, and I happened to find out that in terms of speed, for example, Flutter might be like twice or three times faster than React Native. So that's why I was actually like wondering like what would be like one of the reason like someone would choose React Native or like over Flutter. And like your reply actually totally makes sense because it's easier to like shift from something that you already know than like learning something completely new, and we've just used that for that specific thing.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, you know how I'm just like copy pasting like for so long now. You
Mm-hmm.
can't like do that for Flutter. Flutter ecosystem is like really small compared to React Native. It doesn't have like as many libraries as React Native, and I would agree. Like Flutter does definitely have better architecture. Like it's not twice or thrice as fast, but like it's I think it would be like a bit faster, like 1.2 or 1.3, depending on what your use case is. But I think like it doesn't really matter because like how complicated Flutter can get without like proper support. And like the thing is, React Native, when you're like developing apps, you also need to know the language you are like writing in, right? What if you face like an error in like JavaScript or Dart? Like it's really hard to like debug Dart because like no one knows it. Like very few people know Dart. Like it's pretty similar to Java, but like still. Um, so if and also thing is if you are using React Native with JavaScript, you can like you make the backend in JavaScript. You have like Express. There's like no backend written in Dart.
Mm, I see. I see.
Yeah, so you could just like make a full stack app using JavaScript.
So like you would like use React for your front end, and the back end would run like Node.js, for example.
Yeah, Node.js Express. There's
I
like a really popular stack called Mun stack. Mun is MongoDB, Express, Node.js, and React. Or you could like substitute for React Native.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Does anyone have any other questions for Aryan, whoever attending? I don't know your names. Do you guys actually get used to it now, or I don't believe you guys. Do you? Type
uh,
it in the chat.
I'm going to be honest. That's the first time I learned about U state, and I actually never seen it before.
Yeah, it's like I really like React Native specific thing.
Hmm.
It's like yeah,
Like I was also wondering, is it possible to like how easy is it to implement a React Native application based on the Figma design?
Figment design. It's not that hard. First it depends on how like complicated your Figment design,
Hmm.
because you know how in Figma you could like design anything. You would like design like app on like level of Iron Man, and like your and you could also like design an app on level of Shrek. Shrek being better, obviously. Yeah, it depends on what you're designing, but yeah, it should be possible in React Native. Almost everything is possible because the ecosystem is so huge.
I see. Awesome. I see there aren't any more questions, and it's been about an hour. I believe we can stop here for now. If you guys have any questions, you please reach out to us on the Discord server. We'll be happy to answer any question. You can look for Vivaan on Discord. It's impossible to miss him. He's always there.
Okay, I guess this is it. If you guys like want me to like teach you guys anything React Native, I can right now because I have some time. But yeah, if you guys don't, Faz YouTube buffering, bro. Any question is go Faz. No, Faz, do get used state or not? About hands. What does it mean?
All right, so I guess that wraps it up for today, and hope to see you again tomorrow or after tomorrow. All right, bye bye.
Bye.